What's happening, people? We're back. This is London is back. It's me, it's D, it's Lawless, and Don and Deji, trust me, are going to be here. So please stay tuned. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be the last one that we do this season, but trust me, you'll see these boys on together in the very, very near future in a different way. Until next season, where, of course, the shows will be back panel-wise. Going to be a lot of transfer talk, a lot of Euros talk, a lot of summer talk. And over the next few days, I'm not going to lie, I need a bit of a break from football and from YouTube. But I will be on. So trust me, it's going to be a good show tonight. Lawless in the house. How are you, sir?
I'm good, mate. Good. Happy to have the season out of the way. Moyes' era is finished. New era to look forward to. Let's get moving. Let's do it.
D, what are you telling me?
Not much. I just can't take the new era thing seriously. It's funny, man. It's funny when Lawless talks about new era because that is like the least scariest era starting, like known to mankind. I can't wait for it. Football is a humbler. Lawless, yeah, I feel sorry for you, man. You deserve it. That's
How
the thing.
can you say football is a humbler?
You deserve
You're
this.
a Palace fan, right? Your team's been shit your whole life and you're not humble. How you're proof that football is not a humbler. Nothing humbles you.
How am I not humble?
You're the least humble guy. Like you
finished 3 points below you after being like fighting relegation all season. I'm just saying what I think, innit? But anyways, yeah, it's good to be here for the final time this season. I didn't know we weren't doing any other shows, but Poch is tired, man. Poch is tired, as our Arsenal fans. They need the rest. It's been a long draining season for them, but next year, go again. Trophy was at Arsenal, but couldn't lift it, man. We go again. Next year. See what happens.
Yeah, we will, man. Listen, there'll definitely be some shows, but it won't be in this format, I said. So there'll definitely be some time for us to chat as ever. D's got away with his forfeit this evening because he's away. So I can't wait to get him a West Ham shirt and a chili tonight. But that will be happening. So trust me, he's a good guy and he always holds it. And to be fair, I can't even lie. I kind of feel like it's hardly deserved now. Like, how the hell did you even get anywhere near to West Ham, bruv? So let me ask this question before Don and Deji come on. Who has the brighter future? Palace or West Ham right now? Who do you look at right now and going into this new season with West Ham under Lopetegui and Palace under Glasner? Who has the brighter future right now?
But this is my answer to you.
Go on, bruv.
Just come on. Let's not like let's just like come on. Let's be serious now. Who has a brighter future? Lopetegui's West Ham, which just doesn't even sound right in the first place, or Glaston's Palace. I think we have the brighter future. I mean, they were celebrating Bowen scoring 16 goals. I think that's the best in their history, and Mateta just casually scored that this season. That's West Ham's achievement this season. That the fact that Bowen scored 16 goals, I think that's the highest goal scorer for them in the Premier League era, or something like that.
Scored like over 20. What are you talking about?
In the Premier League, what?
Which is counting goals in all comps.
No. I mean, like Mateta just scored 16 as well. It's nothing that special. Like you're acting like scored like 35 goals. You're celebrating 16 goals this season. It's like a celebration. I personally, it is Palace. I'm not even saying that as a Palace fan. I know everyone thinks that all the Palace squad is leaving, which is funny to see because they also assume that Doug Friedman's leaving, which reports are suggesting that he's rejected Newcastle. As I've been saying all along, that's not going to happen. There might be one or two players who leave, but we're already doing business. We're about to sign a player from Real Betis, defender, a 20-year-old defender who played majority of the season at Betis from Barcelona. He was on loan from Barcelona. We're about to sign him before the season starts. We're serious. If you're not serious, then don't talk to me. That's how I see it. We're just, that's how it is. I've never seen Palace. I'll be honest, I've never ever heard of Palace signing a player before the window even opens and being this close to signing already. Like there's another feel good factor at the football club. But Lawless, you can talk, man. You can talk about Lopetegui and why you're gonna have a better season, and I'm willing to hear it. But I mean, it's all gonna be BS, ain't it?
Well, listen. At the end of the day, Palace got no money. That's the thing. Until I see Palace have a serious transfer window, like showing ambition, getting in big players over the line, like showing a real project. Cool. You can get a manager that starts off well, right? Who's got some decent credentials. You can do that. You can have your little players, yeah, who've been doing really well, but that might not stay at your club. Well, that's well and good. I need to see it because we've been here with Palace. We haven't. Yes, we have.
We haven't been there. You think that Palace? I don't know who we've sold in the past for you to think, and for Don as well. Another.
I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about. I'm talking about where you've had things have been looking up. You've got a manager that's a bit exciting. Vieira.
Yeah, that's not. It's not even that. It's different though, isn't it? I mean, Vieira's CV compared to Glasner's CV is different though. Glasner's CV is kind of even proving himself right now with what he's done.
Okay, before that you had what's his name? The Dutch manager.
That's stupid though, Frank de Boer. Why are we talking about Frank de Boer? You're just clinging on to absolute nonsense right now. This is what I'm talking. I'm not here to waste my time talking to you about Frank de Boer. Are we talking about Frank de Boer?
Did he have a CV or not? CV or no CV?
No, he didn't. He literally got sacked in how many days in Inter Milan as well. He didn't have a CV. He didn't have a CV. He was at Ajax. He was at Ajax for a bit. He didn't have a CV like that. No, he didn't.
Yeah, and he win at
Ajax. Frank de Boer had a similar CV to Glasner. Tell me that you don't know football by just.
Did he win trophies? With Ajax? Yes or no?
I don't know. I can't remember what trophies he's won with Ajax, but I know that he struggled with Inter Milan as well. It's like you can't compare Frank de Boer to Glasner. That's just stupid.
But it's not even about just the manager. It's the project that is Crystal Palace, and the problem is there is no project. I've not seen it.
Oh, shut up! There's no project. What do you mean? We're literally in a project right now. What are you talking about?
Steve Parish PR.
Yeah. Steve Parish PR. And why is hold up. Let's take a break. Why is this guy smiling? Why is he smiling? Hold up.
Yeah,
you
don't.
I'm smiling because I've just moved in.
You don't have a manager. We're talking about managers. Yeah,
I just moved into my son's shouting at each other, man. You man, all right?
You're a disgrace, Don. Your
club is a disgrace. You don't even.
Glasner, we're coming for you.
Oh!
Why do? Well, I can say Arteta, we're coming for you. It doesn't mean nothing, does it? You can. If Bayern Munich can't get Glasner, you think Glasner's going to be leaving Palace to join Chelsea? He ain't doing that. I mean, if he was going to leave, he would have joined Bayern Munich. Let's be real. He will reject you just like Elisa rejected you, and you're still crying to this day. But anyways, I'll come back to you a bit later on. I ain't talking about Chelsea, dusty Chelsea Football Club right now. I'm talking serious business. We'll come back down there because our players have rejected you before, and I think 100%.
Olise signed a new contract. What are we talking about? Olise signed a new contract.
After they rejected you. Yes.
No, I'm talking about Olise. He's at my club. He plays for my club. Olise's little brother, bro. He signed a new contract.
Well done. You got little bro. Ooh, you got little bro. Oh, you got little bro.
He's bringing older bro.
Exactly. You can't have big bro at your football club. Yeah. Anyways, as I talk to Lawless about some serious business, we'll come back to a dusty football club because everything's starting once again. As soon as we thought you were good, you're back down to reality, and we're gonna see who you get, maybe McKenna or whatever. But Lawless, as I was saying, all these theories that you have in your head, they're just myths. You talk myths. I want to talk.
When am I going to see a project? What's the project?
What do you mean? What project don't we have? We have. Who? Okay, in the England squad, who has the most players representing England in club wise?
Yeah, all right, well done. Because you got a bag of English players.
Well done. Crystal Palace. What are you talking about this project? We have a project.
Who has more English players? Who has more English players than Palace? Who has more English players than Palace? There you go.
Hey,
that's stupid. I'm pretty sure West Ham have English. Like what?
No.
What type of question is that?
Like what? Creswell and Bowen and. That's it. Like I can't think of any other English players we've got apart from kids.
Antonio. Oh, he plays for Jamaica.
He plays for Jamaica.
Oh yeah, he plays for Jamaica. Yeah.
Lawless, why? Let me ask you then, Lawless. Why have West Ham got a brighter future than Palace?
Exactly. Talk to me.
I mean, look, just by the sheer fact that we're West Ham and they're Palace, I'm gonna say that.
We have West Ham that got smoked 5-2 by this Palace squad. Yeah, 100%. You're right.
You might have a freak result, but the problem.
Freak result. When's the last time you beat Palace?
The difference.
Have you seen Palace play in Europe? Have you seen Palace play in Europe?
Yeah.
I have. Yes, I have.
Shut up. We're not talking about your little kiddies, mate. Your little kiddies you go watch, yeah? We're not talking about. We're talking about real big boy, adult, grown up Europe. Yeah, men's Europe.
We've had a preseason friend in Germany. We've been to Austria as well. You didn't specify. You didn't specify exactly. I've seen Palace play in Europe. You didn't say have I seen Palace play in Europa League. I've seen Palace play in Europe.
Have you seen Palace play competitive European football? Europa League, Conference League, Champions League, real European competitions. Have you? No. Right. Back to the question at hand. Why is our future brighter? Because at the end of the day, like I said, they've got an owner. And listen, I've never been Sullivan's biggest fan, but he's shown that he's willing to spend money. He's gone through windows where we've spent
money. Doesn't mean anything, though.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because
it doesn't.
Because it does. No, you have to back a manager with money.
It's about how you spend the money. It's about how you spend the money. You might spend more money than us, but we've got better players than you. It doesn't matter about the money that you spend. It's about the quality that you bring into the football club. It's not simple. Okay. If it was that, then then everyone whoever spends the most will win the league, and the second most will be second. It doesn't work like that. We've got
a bigger pool than Palace. We've got bigger pool than Palace, right? So there's that.
Have you? Because I remember when Eze rejected you to join Palace.
Who?
Remember
what?
Eze.
No, he didn't reject us. We got Benrahma instead. Yeah,
exactly.
We didn't reject us.
Yeah.
So what about how's Flynn Downs working out for you? Exactly.
Flynn
rejected
Downs.
your ass. In fact, do you know what the funny thing is
Flynn
about
Downs?
Let me talk to you about Flynn Downs. Yeah,
he was. Was that
he's online?
Rejected us to play the championship.
Was he not in? Did he not go to your club? Did he not have the Palace shot? And did he not take all the pictures of the media? As soon as West Ham came knocking, he was like,
ended up in the championship.
He did that.
Get this shit off me! I'm out of here. And came straight to
and where is Flynn
Did they actually do that?
Yeah, he did. That's true facts. He was there at Palace ready to sign.
You're shameless. Don't talk shit about the championship as well. Because first of all, I'm hearing Flynn Downs is playing well at Southampton, potentially player of the season or something, right?
Yeah,
and you got Adam Wharton. You got Adam Wharton from the championship, bro.
No. But you're missing my whole complete point. I'm not downplaying the championship. I'm saying Flynn Downs rejected Palace. He could have been playing in the Premier League, and he went back down to the Championship. Like that's not
David Moyes is gone now. David Moyes is gone.
That's not flex, and we've got better player than Flynn Downs. We've got Adam
my point.
Hold that. So hold that. What's your point about Flynn Downs?
So we've got a pool. We've got Tim Steidton, right? So we've got a project who's sitting there trying to sign.
Just because you got Steidton. And it doesn't mean that we don't have a project.
We've got a manager. Listen, whether you like him or not, Lopetegui has credentials. He has credentials.
He's got credentials as well.
Okay, cool. So you give me credentials at Palace or credentials at West Ham. We're a club that have just been in Europe 3 seasons in a row. We're here, mate. We're here.
You're not there. That's what I've been telling you. You're not there.
You're trying to get to where we are.
You're not there. You're not there. You don't even have better players than Crystal Palace. You don't. We've underachieved due to the mismanagement. That we've seen from the previous manager under Roy Hodgson and his coaching staff. That's why we ended up finishing in the top 10. The players that we've got right now, I'm not even saying that because I'm a Crystal Palace fan. There's a reason why a lot of them are linked with top 6.
Where should you have been finishing?
Let me land, and you can reply. There's a reason why a lot of them are linked with top 6 clubs, and the reason for that are because they are top 6 players. Now, I'm not saying we're going to finish with top 6 next year, but we've massively underachieved in the past. Top 10 should have been a minimum requirement. We got it on the final day, but next season we're 100% aiming higher than lower.
Let me bring a neutral opinion on, man. Let's bring Don and Deji in, man. Don, let's start with you, bro.
Deji's not neutral, because him and D are little buddies, like they're little buddies.
What are you talking about? Give me a chance. I've only just arrived.
Yeah,
little buddies. Your team is dusty. So don't worry.
He didn't even have a chance to take his jacket off, mate. You know
man. He literally walked in, bro. Who's got the brighter future out of these 2 dusty clubs, Palace or West Ham?
He's got a brighter future, boy. I think it'll be easier to answer that when the window shuts, man. Because I keep telling D in it. I don't think.
Yeah, you think everyone's leaving, bro? I
think Olise is gone. I think Olise is gone for sure. I think Gayhe's gone.
Yeah. Based on what? Sorry, based on what logic?
Wait, let me land, bro. I've just listened to you. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say my bit, and then you can come in and whatnot and defend your players and defend your board. And Palace is a place to be. It's the place to be. Yeah. But let me just land in it. So I think Olise is gonna go. I think Eze potentially he could go as well. I think Gayhe's gone, in all honesty. So that's a few key players that are going to be missing. I like how Glasner's playing, but like you've said, bro, you've got a lot of players at the minute who can be playing for top 6 clubs. And if they leave, your future's looking completely different. But then at the same time, West Ham as well. Kudus could leave. You know, Bowen could leave. Yeah.
Why could Kudus leave? Why could he leave?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing, yeah. Like it's the same principle. Because again, I rate those players that I mentioned, and these players are good enough to play for the top 6. But again, Lawless, you've put doubts in my head about your manager. You're saying you're not really excited about him. He doesn't really
play. It's the style of play. It's nothing about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. He doesn't play that attacking style of football. So am I going to be seeing Moyes part 2? You know, because for me, like I've said, your team's got attacking players, but they're not being used correctly. They haven't been used correctly by David Moyes. Whereas when I look at Glasner, I look at his style of play and I'm like, yo, this is the type of football I want to see at Chelsea as well. But then who's going to stay? So it'll be easy for me to say. It'll be easier.
What happened to Burnley?
It'll be easier for me to say, Potts, at the end of the window when I see who they've actually got to work with. At the minute, it's hard to say because the argument can go both ways, man.
Well, for me, can I ask you a question? Because this is like it's a myth. As Deji says, loves using the word dusty. It's a dusty myth right now. Why are Palace selling every single one of their players? Just tell me your logic. I know your logic, but explain your logic, and I'm just gonna downplay everything.
Money, bro.
Money. Well, why do we need money?
What you're telling me? You're gonna turn down 60 million for Olise, 70 million for Olise?
No. Wait, why do we need money though?
They got
release right now. What you're doing, Don, you're doing it as a black and white thing. You're doing it as, they're better than Palace, which they 100% are. Money, £60 million. We're not going to turn out £60 million. Are we living in the 2013s or are we in 2024?
Can I tell you that? Let me just remind you and bring it back down to
is it for £60 million, £50 million? Why? You told me why we need to sell that.
Because there's a release clause, so you don't have a choice. It's a release clause.
No, but you think the release clause is, once again, you think it's not a simple release clause as £60 million. You're gone. There's literally.
You're the same guy. You're the same guy that was crying about what's his name, Steve Parish. Now all of a sudden you think he's going to turn down money.
In it. Why can I just quickly answer the question? Because
go on, Deji.
I know it's big. There's a lot of beef tonight, and the beef is warranted. But let me just add my little 2 cents in. The team that's more likely to progress or is showing progression or whatever is Crystal Palace. Let's just be real.
Buddies.
There's only one team more dustier than West Ham, in my opinion, and that's Man United. Them 2 teams are the dustiest 2 teams I've seen this season. And Lawless for once has been legit. Me and him have the same. We agree tonight. The reason why West Ham cannot be on the up is because you got rid of David Moyes to bring in David Moyes. Do you know what I'm saying? The whole point of, because David Moyes, in terms of performance, in terms of where you are in the league table, you're actually doing all right. That's quite good for West Ham. But you got rid of him because you didn't like the style of football, and then you brought in someone else who played the same style of football.
So he don't play the same style of football, though. That's a myth. It's a myth.
He does, bro. He does. He sits back.
He doesn't. He plays possession.
David Moyes 2.0. As for Glasner and the work he's doing at Crystal Palace, I knew that Palace was going to slap up Villa because of the way that they've been playing. Do you get what I'm saying? He's got Eze, he's got Elise, he's got Mateta sourcing, and you know what? Big up to that brother you got in midfield. Is it Adam Walton or something like that? Baller. So Glasner, you can own. The only way is up for Palace. The only thing is, I don't think they lose all of their players. If they were to lose all of their players, Crystal Palace would be a very rich club. Do you get what I'm saying? Because for you to take Eze, you're looking at 80 mil. For you to take Elise, you're looking at 80 mil. For you to take Mateta, you're looking at 40 mil. So that's a lot of money. I'm saying to Spurs, we need to be offering 160 mil for those 2 players. Now, D doesn't mind that. If you offer 160 mil for them 2 players, then all of a sudden D's like, all right, go on, mate, on your trip.
I'll take that then, yeah, that's fine, bro. We can do that deal.
You know what I'm saying? For me, Palace, 100%. If I was to support a team right now moving forward, if Glasner is backed in the transfer market and he can keep the nucleus of that squad, Crystal Palace will finish above West Ham next season, 100%. Kudus came to this country for a chance. He came here for opportunity. He came for, do you know what I mean? And then he went to West Ham. And it was just bloody dusty. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got confused. You got confused.
He was
Lawless looks so pissed off.
I just can't believe it.
I took a wrong turn.
Little buddy system. Oh, little buddies. Oh, listen, Palace are the best team. Spurs are the best team. Oh,
Let me ask you a question, then, D, yeah? Let me ask you a question, then, D, yeah? Are you confident putting money on it that Olise stays at your club?
No. Look, buddy, we're not doing this. You're talking about everyone leaving. I've never said that.
I didn't say everyone. I gave a few names.
Who's leaving, D? Who's leaving? Tell us who's leaving.
I don't know exactly who's leaving, but I can tell you who's most likely to leave, and that would be Mark Gahey for two reasons. One, his contract expires in 2 years, and there are talks about maybe he doesn't want to extend it, so now it might be a good time to cash in. But just to brush off all these myths, Glasner spoke about it. He said that, yes, I spoke with the board. We don't need to sell anyone. Steve Parish has said it. We don't need to sell anyone. And in fact, on top of that, we're about to sign a player without selling anyone, another defender.
Who?
Well,
Who you selling?
Why are you buying this, D? I'm sorry, D. Let me just bring it back down to earth, yeah?
No. Don't bring it down.
Hold on, D. Let me just wait, D. Before you cut in again. Hold on, D. You are a Crystal Palace fan, yeah? You are a Crystal Palace fan, okay? When the big boys come calling and they offer big money for your top players, you're not gonna keep rejecting it. Hold
on. So you're not a big boy then. You don't support a big boy team. That's fair enough. We got that clarified because when the big boys came for Elise, hey, you know what he done? He signed another extension. So, anyways, that's brushed off. Chelsea and big boys, and just like okay, then we can talk about Zaha as well with loads of other clubs that were interested in him. I guess loads of clubs are not big boys then, because
if we're not big boys, what does that make you then? Because we've beaten you 12 times in a row.
We beat you logic.
I'm talking based on your theory. Just because.
We're still a big club.
Elise rejected you.
You're telling me our success has disappeared then? You're telling me our success has disappeared now? Because we've been in the market.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your own logic. You're saying that if the big boys come calling, which you lot were twerking hard for Elise, he rejected you. So if that's the case,
your club rejected us.
Club is not big based on your logic. So
it wasn't Olise, bro. It wasn't Olise that rejected us. It was your club that rejected us.
Stop saying this.
Because you didn't like how we tapped up your player.
You need to come to the reality of this new Chelsea Football Club. You're not who you think you are, bro. Under this new ownership, you're not.
If we come in for Olise again, and we're serious, we'll get him.
No, you won't. No, you won't. He literally signed a new deal. He literally signed a new deal after rejecting you. He wanted to. You don't sign a new deal if you're so desperate to leave the football club. You don't do that. You either reject and leave the new deal.
Again, let me bring it back down to earth again. D, yeah. Olise got offered a new contract and his money was shot up. It shot up, yeah. And on top of that, because you're gonna give him a new salary, he was like, "Cool, I'm gonna help you lot because this maintains my value."
So why did you not join Chelsea? Hold up,
This helps my value. Hold on, D. I don't think you understand how contracts work. The guy got given a new salary, right? And he at the same time he helped maintain his value. So when it's time to move him on this summer, which I reckon he does move on, whether that's Chelsea or Man United or whatever, I reckon he moves on this summer. Yeah, it's to help the club. It's to help the club recoup that money back. That's all it is, bro.
Do you know what? I have a slightly different.
But why did it tell me this? Forget about new contracts. Look, I hate when Chelsea fans say yeah, I'm gonna jump off after. I need to go as well. This theory about Chelsea, about we were gonna take Chelsea to court. Are you not that deluded? Like, bro, just have a bit of just think about football. You think football is black and white and think that players don't tamper and agents don't tamper, football clubs don't tamper with other football clubs? Do you really think Chelsea backed away? You're not so dumb that you've been caught up in this delusion, and that's why you're in the mud right now, Don. Because of your ownership. Your ownership can sell you all these plans and all these lies. You think that the only reason Elise didn't join is because Crystal Palace was going to send Chelsea to court? Are you telling me that clubs don't talk to other players under contract? Are you go on, then, Don? You tell me. Answer this. Are you telling me
Lewis Hall
in this
they have dinner and they have meetings on your
Lewis Hall, hold on, let me give these guys some context as well. Lewis Hall was on the verge of joining your club. That broke down because of the relationship broke down because you lot weren't happy with how we tapped up Olise. That's what it was.
Yeah, but we weren't going to take you to. You think? Okay, are you not that shook that you couldn't go to? Like,
and the funny thing is, Steve Parish was very petty after Olise signed that new contract. He was very petty and basically indirected Chelsea when he put that picture up saying he's not going.
You tried to do fishy business, which other clubs do, but you flopped, bro. You flopped.
You threatened to stitch on us.
You ain't got it. That's why you don't even have a manager right now. You flopped once again.
I got him, lad. I got him.
Bro, you ain't got no one. I'm right now because, bro, I got a manager. I'm looking up the table. You right now don't even know where you're heading towards because I'm hearing McKenna. I'm hearing Zerbi. You don't have an ownership that knows what they're doing. So come back to me, Don, when you know who is even running your football club. Because right now, I'm hearing Chelsea fans say that they want your ownership out of the football club. And you're hyping up to me talking about Elisa will join.
Last season, I witnessed my club last season, finished 12th. I witnessed my club score 37 goals, but we still beat Palace twice. You know,
it doesn't matter.
Mid-table pretty much all season.
Now it doesn't matter, Palace. Now it don't matter when you beat. Interesting. D. That it don't matter that they.
I need to go. But Don, all I have to say is a bit of reality check, bro. You can't keep saying that everyone's gonna leave based on your football logic. Based on logic.
D, big up to you, bro, and I'm gonna rep. I'm gonna rep for you. Now, basically, I just felt that maybe Don's point was a bit disingenuous. I think football's changing. I think the them and the players that are playing now know that. Do you know what? We're not just going to be running away as soon as a big contract comes in. I think Elise stayed because he wanted to improve himself. He wanted to continue to cook, and he made a conscious decision. I'm not going, and I don't think he's going to go this year either. I think he's going to continue to cook, see what Glasner's doing, and then maybe at the end of next season, if Crystal Palace don't show the progress or don't show the levels that he's looking for, then I think he moves on. But I think that a lot of the them are moving abroad and trying to get other opportunities because they know that these clubs, what would be the point of him signing for Chelsea and being on the bench? We've seen it over and over again, top talent moving. Look what Man City did to poor old Calvin Phillips. This guy was a baller, literally a legend at Leeds, and he couldn't get a sniff at bloody Man City. And then his bloody, kind of his confidence has been shot so much that he couldn't even do anything at bloody West Ham. And if you can't do anything at bloody West Ham, then you know your bloody career's gone down the pan. So for me, I think it was a smart move by Elise to stay there. And I don't think anyone can be shaking their bum that Chelsea comes in with an 8-year contract and you will go. And also because Chelsea is a right mess, man. Exactly. I wanted to ask you, Don, you convinced me last week that Chelsea was on the mend and that you had won all these games and that you were on the way up. That I even said to Northside the other day that I could see Poch potentially title challenging or even winning the league with Chelsea with the amount of resources. And then you guys go and sack the brother. Mutual agreement nonsense. You sack this brother. So you man are not serious. We can't take Chelsea seriously anymore. The sooner
Don's so happy, man. Look at him. Don's so happy.
I need to cut. But Don, trust me, we'll have conversations. Just remember what's going on at your football club, yeah? Before you talk about
everyone. That's now we're coming. We're coming.
The doors come through. The door's open. I ain't shook one bit about Chelsea. If it was any other big football clubs that are serious, then I'll be shook. But at least they're leaving Chelsea.
Why do you keep buying it?
I ain't shook. Just go sort out your ownership and your new model because I don't know what Chelsea stand for right now. Anyways, you're dusty. Remember that. And you ain't doing nothing next year.
Fully dusty.
Oh, big up, D, man. Yeah, Don.
What's your question, sorry?
When you come on, man, Lawless went, Don, your club is a disgrace. So I'm gonna let Lawless have the mic, man. Yeah. What do you mean by that, Lawless? Come on.
It is an absolute disgrace. When I see this, like I was looking forward to this show before the news because obviously, look, Don had been giving Poch shit all season, and this man made a miracle. He got that disaster of a team 6th place. 6th place. The highest finish in the post-Tuchel era. The highest finish in the Todd Bowley era. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? What he done was huge. 1 loss in his last 15, yeah? 5 wins in a row. Things were looking up. He was proving the haters wrong. Young squad. He was turning it around. Imagine another transfer window comes. Bolster the squad. Imagine what he could have kicked on to do. And so I wanted to finally see if Dom was finally going to give him his props. But before that, look where we got to here. Is from what I'm hearing, it was mutual consent because Poch weren't getting the assurances. This man has just performed amazingly the second half of the season for your club, and you can't give him assurances. You can't back that man. Disgrace. And look how many managers Todd Bowley's gone through already, and he's been here 5 minutes. Circus of a club. And I don't see how Don can sit there, smug, smiling, all happy, like, yeah, we got rid of Poch. Poch is gone. Oh, we're going places. Like, do you not see who's running your club? How can you be smiling, happy, and confident with this clown joker, Todd Bowley, and all them other clowns running your club? I can't see Palace, Chelsea going anywhere and doing anything. It's a shocker.
Right now, I'm not even, again, for me, I'm not confident in these directors that are taking charge of, you know, this whole managerial search. You guys have seen the names, yeah? I'm not keen on these names. You know who I want. I've told you lot from day one. My number 1 will be Zerbi, yeah? And the reason why is because I think he fits the squad best. And that's one thing that they've spoken about time and time again since Poch has been sacked. They felt that Poch's style of football doesn't match with the squad. And that's what I've been telling you, lot.
How have you got 1 loss in 15 then? How have you only got 1 loss in 15, 5 wins on the bounce?
Bro, it's only the past 5 games where I've actually had belief and confidence to predict that my team are going to win, right? When you asked me back in January, Lawless, yeah, about, if West Ham are going to finish above Chelsea and whatnot, yeah, if Chelsea are going to finish above West Ham, I couldn't answer it, bro. And at that time, we were up and down. We were drawing games, we were losing games, we were winning games or whatever. But at the time, it was Cole Palmer FC, right? I can't have confidence when we're a one-man team and we're not playing well as a team, right? It's only the past 5 games where I've had that confidence because we've actually been set up as a team. But like I've said, he dug his own grave. Go back to my streams on the terrace. Go back to my streams on Never a Foul. I wish I was on here in the summer. I wish we had this show a bit early on in the summer, yeah, because I was saying the same thing, bro. I said, this manager is digging his own grave. You had a lot of Chelsea fans that were trying to get this guy out in September. And for me, I didn't agree with that. I said, yo, it's a way too early for that. I'm going to give this guy 3 strikes. Because I'm going to be a little bit fair. And the only reason why I was fair, bro, is because of the amount of injuries that we had. I said, I want to at least see Poch with the key players that we're missing at the minute. Because for me right now, what he's doing is mad. But I want to see him with the players that again, have been out. Reece James, your Lavias, your Fofanas, your Nkukus. I want to see him with those sort of players, right? But what happens, bro? You know, when guys are fit, he had Cucurella and Maatsen on the bench. He's playing Ben Chilwell and Levi Cole at left back or left wing. Yeah, he's playing Enzo Fernandez as a 10. He's playing Thiago Silva every single game as if the guy's not nearly his age, right? Doing crazy things where I'm like, yo, I can't even defend this. So every single person that wanted him out, I said, bro, I hear it. For me, it's a little bit too early, but I'm just hoping that Poch fixes up. That was amazing.
This is why you never have a project or a process. I hate the word process.
Yeah, but Lawless, I get that, bro. For me, again, in an ideal world, I don't want to be sacking this many managers, bro. But end of the day, yeah, you can only have patience when the manager is giving you something to be patient about.
Well, if you sit there and go, you're doing things wrong.
Wait, you're not trying to get me to land, but you keep interrupting me. Come in after, bro.
No, because we know you go around us and you land somewhere that no one can even understand what.
Bro, because there's many things to talk about with Poch. Everything that I've been speaking about, from the fact that I felt like this guy was injuring a lot of the players, that's something that's now come out, and they're saying the exact same thing. It's not only us that have said it. They said the same thing when he was at Southampton. You know, players spoke about it then. They said the same thing when he was at Spurs. They said the same thing about PSG. Yeah, wherever club Poch goes to next, he's gonna get players injured again, right? And for me, he kept running away to the injuries as an excuse. Oh, we lost today against Nottingham Forest. Oh, well, the circumstances don't allow us to win against Nottingham Forest. No. The circumstances in that game was you starting 2 attackers, yeah, and not allowing the team to be fluid. against Brentford. These man lost 10 out of their last 12 games. He decided to go to a back three. Yeah, I was calling Alex on the phone, Chelsea Fan TV. Bro, I was shouting, screaming, because I couldn't believe that we've gone up against Brentford and we're starting 2 attackers. I honestly couldn't believe it, right? That's why I keep telling you, this manager, even with the injuries, our team, we've got 1 game a week, bro. 1 game a week. Why can I not see patterns? Why can I not see a clear style of football?
Yeah, it's starting to go at the end, though.
Ping pong football. Why am I seeing constant ping pong football with technical players? It doesn't make sense. And that's exactly what the owners now come out and said. They've said they've looked at the whole season as a review, and how Poch has been playing isn't how they visualize the team. And it's the same thing for me, bro. The players that we've got, I did not visualize them to be playing ping pong football.
That's dumb.
I honestly thought that Poch would have adapted and evolved, because he ain't been in the league for what, 5 years? I thought by now he will come back a different man. Yes, I know Poch likes to press and whatnot, but at the end of the day, every single team in the league now, most teams in the league now press. Arsenal press off the ball, Man City press off the ball, Liverpool press off the ball, Tottenham press off the ball. So what is pressing these days, bro? You need tactics. Yeah, hold on, Deji. I'll let you come in now. Yeah. So like I've said, for me, yes, the past 5 games have been good. Yes, tactically what he's been doing has been good. But end of the day, you should have done that earlier, because now you've lost your job. You didn't have to play Gallagher in every single game. I know Gallagher's improved, but of course he's going to improve, bro, if you're building a team around it. You know what I mean? And you're playing ping pong Liverpool football, rock and roll football, you know? So I'm glad that he's gone, because end of the day, long term, I don't see this manager working well for the team long term. I'm scared about going into finals with this guy, because he will just freeze again. Tell guys to sit back and play for penalties, you know? Against Man City in the semi-final, cool. It wasn't on him so much because we missed a lot of chances. But again, even in that game, he started Gallagher left wing. Yeah, we played Sheffield. These brothers, Sheffield, have conceded over 100 goals. 100 goals. We had less XG than them, bro. He started Gallagher left wing against Sheffield, bro. You know what I mean? Just to shoehorn him into the team, and he had wingers.
We don't need a game-by-game analysis of Poch.
Yeah, Sterling. Hold on, Dan. Hold on, Lewis. Yeah, he had Sterling and Mudryk on the bench, bro. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like I've said, there's too many basic errors that this guy's made, and I don't expect a guy that's got over 15 years experience, getting over 10 million a year, to be making these mistakes, bro. So for me right now, I'm happy he's gone.
The minutia, you missed the bigger picture. That's your problem. You sit there and you go.
I'm happy he's gone, but we need to make sure that we're bringing the right replacement. That's the main thing. We need to make sure. Part 2 of and then we're bringing Potter. It's got to be the right appointment, bro. It has to be, bro. It has to be.
You got a nasty shot.
Don, you've been waffling so long, I've forgotten my point.
Yeah, that's what he does, man. He tries it. He tries to
waffling. The truth of the matter is, it's a test and learn season. You're chatting like he inherited a good team. He didn't inherit a good team, bro. He inherited a mess. Yes, you've got good players, but he still had to work out with all of these good players that I have, all 50 of them. Remember, you had about 50 players. I got to get rid of some, and I got to then have try and build a squad.
Why are you lying, though? We haven't got 50 players.
What people were telling me and criticizing Postecoglou about is, what was the point in having a good start to the season if you're then going to drop off towards the end? And that I should be extremely worried. And that people were also saying Chelsea started off slow, and then towards the end, it looked like it started to click and it was working. You said the last 5 games. The truth of the matter is, the last 5 games, last 6 games, it looked like it's clicked. So common sense would say, let's see if we can take this momentum. Let's see if we can take this clicking into the new season. The fact that, Don, you can sit there and say, because of what happened earlier in the season, when he's still trying to work out your best lineup,
8 months.
The dumbest thing I've ever heard, bro.
So wait, no, Deji. You're shameless. You know why you're shameless, Deji?
It does take that long, bro.
I'm sorry, Deji.
It's his first season, bro.
Let me just say, nah. Deji, I'm sorry.
You're chatting rubbish.
Hold on, bro. Yeah. If you bring in, let me just take this away from football. You've got a lawyer that's got 15 years experience, yeah, and they go to court and they're not even able to argue against the defendant, yeah, argue for their client, bro. That firm is gonna sack them, because that's a bare minimum you expect the lawyer to do. You need to be able to go to court and argue for your client, right?
Let me tell you why that
analogy is 15 years experience and he can't do the bare minimum and playing people in their normal position, bro.
Stop it with the positions, man. Everything's about the fucking playing in the normal positions. Is Ben White a right back, Potts? Is Ben White a fucking right back by trade?
He's in a better system. He's in a better system. With
players
that are more experienced.
Not playing him in his normal position.
And also,
we're a new team. We're a brand new team. Arsenal,
Don, I don't want you. I don't want you ever talking about my learned friends ever again. You and the law don't mix, okay? Don't be chatting about lawyers, yeah?
They call me a lawyer. They call me a lawyer in the chat.
You're definitely not a lawyer. I don't know what sort of lawyer you are, mate. You're probably a street pharmacist. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say to you, my bro, is legitly. It's not the same because the context is different. He's come into a Chelsea team with billions of pounds, with a whole load of players that he's got to clean up, that he's got to work out a system. And I've been saying this. I say this to Arsenal fans. I said it to Dan. I said, you got to move things around, test it, move it, test it, move it. Some of the ideas, you might not like it. It might be wild, but eventually, over time, you will get there. Let me give you a classic example from my club, Tottenham Hotspur. People kept calling for Van der Ven to go left back. Van der Ven. But in his head, because I've managed that grassroots. Sometimes you have an idea in your head, and until you're forced to make a change, you probably won't test it out. So Tottenham had Van der Ven centre back, and they were like, you know what, it's got to be Van der Ven and Romero centre back. That's all we can do. Then he put Ben Davies there, didn't work. Then he put Emerson Royale there, didn't work. Then he said, you know what? Let me put Van der Ven out on the left. And guess what? It bloody worked. It was all right. Yeah, we didn't win against City. But moving forward, in the next season, if your doggy if we didn't bring any new players into this squad and your doggy gets injured, guess what? Van der Ven will go left back. That's what happens. You learn your squad and then you start moving the pieces around. This brother has started to move the pieces around that you're starting to win games. Even your guy up top is starting to bang and score goals. And then that's the point that you got rid. People criticize Spurs and say these men only want to finish top 4. You man ain't serious. With all that money, you know what I think it is, that what's going on at Chelsea, Lawless? These men are money laundering. They're not looking to win. They're just spending money and bringing it round through the gate receipts. That's what it is, bro. Because it don't make sense. Your club is showing no ambition. There's no ambition.
No, this is ambition. This is ambition because the season, bro, is 38 games. It's not 5 or 20 games. It's 38 games, yeah?
But you finished 6.
It's already come out today that Egbali and the 2 directors, Winstanley and Stewart, they grilled Poch for 6 hours, yeah? And I know they were asking him, okay, against Nottingham Forest, why did you do this? Against Bournemouth, why did you do this? And the guy was probably was translating. He probably brought his translator back from Southampton days.
As if them pricks know football to be grilling Pochettino about why they did anything.
Remember when Poch first came and he had the translator at Southampton? He probably had him again. He called him back here. I said, bro, I need you because they're going to grill me today. Yeah, they sat him down with the documents, bro. It even came out that they came out with data. They brought all the data and they showed him everything. And they said, yo, why did you do this? Why did you do that? And he probably wasn't able to answer. Because even when Saraya, who's a Chelsea journalist, asked him the other week, why did you play Gallagher at left wing against Sheffield United? He said it's to add balance to the team. And I'm like, bro, all you're doing is imbalancing the team. Because when we played Sheffield, the left-hand side was redundant. It was redundant. Cucurella doesn't break his lines like that. It doesn't overlap. And Gallagher is not a winger. So he was attacking from one side. So it wasn't a surprise to me that Sheffield were attacking us a lot more than we was attacking them because we weren't set up correctly. So
all right, Don, let me ask you this then. Yeah? Let me ask you this then.
Let me just say something anyway, yeah? Because these lot, I read through it anyway, yeah? These man just want us to keep Poch because they know that the progress is going to take 55 years with this guy. Do you know what I mean? But then, guess what?
It's over. You know them way there. It's over.
It's over. Yeah? It's over. It's gone. You get me? Now we just need to make sure we get the right replacement. You get me? Poch ain't here no more. If you love
no
him
such
that
thing
much
as
and
the
you think
right
he's the man,
replacement.
you take him at your club. Sack Ange and take him back. Simple. I don't want him. I don't want him.
Listen, let me ask this, right? Because Don, you want the Zerbi, right? That's your number one. That's a fan. That's your number one. I guess he's on the list. There's a long list of people. I'm hearing Maresca and McKenna also on this list. So this list is long and weird list for me, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you. I've got two questions for you, right? But the first one, I'm gonna put this first. Do you honestly believe if the Zerbi had this Chelsea side that you would have finished above Aston Villa or Spurs this season with the Zerbi?
I do.
Why?
I do.
Why?
You're a madman.
I think like I said, Potts. Listen,
Would he have played them in their right positions, though?
I'm just repeating myself now. Everyone knows my take. I know these guys are not world class, and most of them aren't Chelsea level. But at the end of the day, they are still professional footballers who play football every single day, and we still have good players in this team. Yeah. And the past 5 games and certain games early on in the season, Arsenal at the Bridge, yeah, Man City, all games, yeah, Liverpool first game of the season. We have showed that these guys, when they're set up correctly, they can play well and they can do well. And for me, if De Zerbi was here, he would have used the squad correctly, bro. That's been Poch's biggest problem. It's very clear, bro. Very, very clear. That's been his biggest problem.
So this is my second question then, because it's a nice segue. Are you going to have the same energy if it doesn't go well for De Zerbi, if he doesn't get you in the right position for that? Or are you going to give him time because you like him more? That's what I want to know.
Bro, if De Zerbi was to come in and flop, then I'm sorry, there's no hope. Because I just don't see him not working with these players, bro. There's already 3 players here that he's worked with before, bro. Levi Colwill, he's worked with Caicedo, and he's even worked with Mudryk before. I don't see a world where De Zerbi doesn't work with these players, bro. I just can't see it. So if he flops, I'm sorry, there just might not be hope for Chelsea in it. We might just be cursed. You know what I mean? Lawless and Sport are cursing us clearly. Because I just don't see it.
Maybe the players ain't as good as you believe them to be. Maybe that's the reason. Could
we
be,
just battered 5-0, man. High five. High five.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's an achievement this season.
I don't see.
Got a new deal then, innit? Got a new deal then, innit? Huh?
For me personally, I don't see Chelsea coming back unless Daddy comes back.
Bro, Roman,
legit. You guys fell off when he left. So I don't think you fell off when he left. Your daddy left, and that's it. All them little conversations on the yacht ain't happening no more, and now you man are falling off.
Deji, the last season before Roman got sanctioned, was the longest that Chelsea have gone without winning the league, right? That Champions League, bro. If it wasn't for that Champions League, we would have gone 5 years. Last
but you won the Champions League
trophy. Yeah, that Champions League papered over a lot of cracks because no one expected Chelsea to. We haven't competed for the league. We haven't competed for the league since 2017, right? We've just basically been a cup team, and we've just been getting top 4. That's all we've done, pretty much, right? So for me, like I said, Roman, I think he would have rectified. I think he would have rectified some of the mistakes that he made. But I'm sorry, 2017 onwards, the recruitment was just shocking, bro. Absolutely shocking, bro.
Okay.
Mate, I tell you, I honestly do not get the overhype for this De Zerbi guy. I think he's a good manager, but I do not see him taking Chelsea to a title. I just don't. I don't see him doing that. Now, it might be that Chelsea need a foundation built and it might need a style of play, and then you go get some big guy to take you over the line. Like a lot of people saying Arsenal might need on if Arteta can't do it, right? But I just don't get the De Zerbi thing. I like they play nice football out from the back. I get that. But when a team holds 4 against Roma, who are dusty, by the way, when a team holds 5 against Luton and 6 against Villa, I have to question it. Yes, the players might not be there, but surely as a manager, you try and change things up so you don't hold 4s, 5s, and 6s against teams, right? That worries me.
And that's the other side. I can criticize that side of his game because for me, I don't agree with this thing where you're constantly playing out from the back, Dan. And one thing that I've spoken about Potts this season is Sanchez, where he constantly likes to play out from the back and always taking risks. And for me, that comes from Brighton with how they play, right? Sometimes, bro, just go long. It's a 90-minute game. Just go long or go wide sometimes. Go off the back. Yeah. But the thing about De Zerbi's style of football is very risky. So you need quality, quality to play that style of football. This year, bro, let's not ignore the fact that he's lost Caicedo, he's lost McAllister, who are now at big clubs, Liverpool and Chelsea respectively, They've brought in, I know Brighton have got a good scouting network, but I'm sorry, to fill Caicedo and McAllister's boots, what they were doing last year, highest finish in the Prem for Brighton, Europa League football, it's not easy to do, you know what I mean? But every single time we've played them this season, we've beaten them, but they've actually given us a very good game. It's just in that final third, even when we played them the other week, in the final third, bro, they're getting in good areas, but they're just struggling to finally beat that low block or to have that final shot on goal. Do you know what I mean? It resorted to Chelsea countering them. So I reckon if we played like how we did against Brighton the other day, I reckon we would have battered Brighton more than what we did the other day. Where we didn't really batter them, we just beat them, you know. But again, people are just they take away the context of this season. He's had a lot of injuries. Again, Europa League football, 2 games a week, and he's lost a lot of key players, bro. So I look at it like that, innit? I've watched a lot of their games. Some of these guys have made some crazy mistakes, bro. Crazy individual mistakes.
I'm not sure Zerbi is better than Pochettino. And when we sit here this time next season, I will be saying it's not Zerbi, but you deserve it. You deserve what happens to you in your club. Do you get me? Because I feel like it's almost like the grass is greener, but it really ain't going to be that green. Zerbi hasn't managed big players, big egos. You're not even taking that into consideration. Is he going to be able to handle the egos? Is he going to be able to handle players that are earning more money than him? You know what I mean? Like, all of these are factors that I'm not so sure about he's going to be able to deal with.
Deji, let me ask you a question. Name me all the players in our squad that have a big ego and a deserved ego as well. Name all of them that you think have got a big ego in my team.
I think Raheem Sterling has an ego, and I think if he doesn't play, he'll be kicking up a fuss.
I mean, he's been dropped for weeks.
Reece James, ego. I think most of your squad, bro. Who's going to sit there? Your Cole Palmer, ego. Do you think he's going to be sitting down? Come on,
he's not going to be on the bench. Cole Palmer's not going to be on the bench, though.
Yeah, well, whatever. But I'm trying to say the ego thing is about who plays and are they going to listen to your manager? Are they going to listen to the instructions? Are they going to listen to the way that he wants them to play ball? He wants them to run like madmen. Are these players going to run around like madmen for your gaffer? I'm not sure.
I've just
I don't know. I don't think you've got enough workhorses, because that's what we're talking about. I don't think you've got enough workhorses in that squad right now. You've got a lot of pretty boys, a lot of boys who want to go to the World Cup, a lot of boys who want to make it to the Euros, but no grafters. Where are your grafters apart from Gallagher?
Yeah, but Deji, this is what I'm saying. This is exactly why Poch didn't work with this team, because you're talking about some pressing, chaotic football. Zerbi likes control. So most of the games, we're going to have the ball, bro. We're going to have the ball most of these games. And that's exactly what the owners are looking for. It literally just came out yesterday. They're looking for a manager that can control and play possession style football and at the same time be good at the back. That's what we're looking for at the minute. So we ain't going to be running about like what you've been seeing with Poch. It's not going to happen with this new manager, in my opinion. I think they know what they're looking for now in terms of the profile. And for me, I think Poch hoodwinked them, bro. I think in that interview, he lied to them and answered the questions perfectly. Then when it came to it, he didn't know what he was doing. That's
bro, but he got you to 6. And the thing that I'm not liking, Don, I listen to you and sometimes I agree, sometimes I disagree. The bit that I haven't heard from you tonight is, can we just acknowledge that it clicked and you guys were starting to source? And surely at this stage where it's clicked and starting to source, you should let it pitter out. If you come back and you the first 3 games of the season, by all means, get rid. I mean, I'm not here wanting Chelsea to do good, but I want Chelsea to be competitive. Or next season on this show, it's going to be pretty boring when Zerbi does what I think he's going to do, and I turn around and tell you that you bloody deserve it, mate.
Deji, you're saying that we clicked, but I've told you why we clicked, because of the tactical tweak. In the summer, when we were playing the way that we was and set up the way that we was, I literally said in the summer, we won't make top 6 playing like this, bro. Yeah, and we're not going to build no chemistry, no cohesion. No one's going to click playing like this, bro. We're only going to click if we're set up correctly. And again, that's when we start to click, like you're saying, end of the season when we're set up correctly.
Let me read out the odds for the next Chelsea manager. Zerbi 7-4. McKenna is second favourite. Then Maresca, the Leicester manager. This is mad, this list. This is how poor it is out there for managers.
This is the market, boss. This is the market.
This is the market right now, man. I'm actually thinking I might want to keep hold of Arteta looking at this. Man, Amorim, Thomas Frank, Tuchel, well, that ain't happening. Cesc Fabregas.
I want him to come to the club, but backroom. I want him backroom.
Hansi Flick and Jose Mourinho. Like, let's be real. Like, I laugh at Fabregas, not because I laugh, because what he's done over there is amazing in terms of his first job, right? And I hear good things about him, but you can't then go, right, come manage Chelsea. Like, McKenna needs to get Ipswich for a year in the Premier League for me, right? And Maresca, to be fair, should just stay where he is as well. out of that list, I would actually look at Amorim over all of them. If I'm honest, that's probably the one I want. I look at what he's done over at Sporting Lisbon and think, do you know what? I see at least the style of play, and I see something you can work with. The Zerbi, I see a style of play, but the results worry me, man. I don't know. I look 25. Is it 25 or 26 wins in like 73 or something? Like, not for me, man. But listen, if that's what Chelsea want, if that's the way you got to go, then that's the way you got to go. But what's your expectation before we move from Chelsea for next season, Don? Whoever your manager is, what are they got to do? I don't have a big window, whatever, innit? Again.
Top four bare minimum for me, because I
can't say that anymore. You can't say that anymore. You can't say that anymore. You can't say that anymore because you don't have you're having a new manager. Sorry, but you can't say.
I can say that because I said that with Poch start of the season. I said top four minimum and challenge for all trophies. I'm saying that I'm saying the same thing for this manager as well. Top four minimum and challenge for all trophies. Yeah, but like I said to you, Potts, if we make the right additions, Potts, right, bring in a striker, bring in a left back, bring in a centre back, hopefully, and potentially a new attacker, like a new winger, right, and we manage to keep our key players fit. When I say key players, I'm talking about Lavia and Cuckoo, Reece James, Fofana. All these guys could be starting for us week in, week out, yeah. And again, new additions. I reckon we can challenge, you know, but. Again, I don't know about keeping guys fit at the minute. So that's why I'm saying top four is more realistic. But if we
I was on the terrace yesterday and people were in the chat going, Don thinks Chelsea will challenge for the title next year with the right window. If you keep your players fit, you're saying that you could go for it and actually push Man City and Arsenal.
If we keep our players fit, like I said, our key players there that I've just mentioned, as well as make some good additions, I reckon we can challenge, bro, in my opinion. Right? I'll take it to Arsenal. Hold on, Lewis, you're shaking your head, yeah? Bro, Arsenal have barely had any injuries this season. If Arsenal didn't have Saka, right, for majority of the season or part of the season, yeah, and they had to go depend on Reece Nelson, they didn't have Ben White, they had to go depend on Cedric, they had to depend on Tomiyasu as a centre-back. These guys are not challenging, bro, yeah, because they've had a lot of their key players fit. We've had a lot of our key players injured. Which is why, for me, the maximum we could have got is top four.
We haven't seen your key players do anything. Like, at least with Arsenal, you've seen, like, okay, if they keep their players fit, they can be pretty good. We can't say that for Chelsea.
I've seen Reece James for how long now? Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched Cuckoo for Leipzig numerous games, scoring hat-trick.
It's Leipzig. Timo Werner in Germany was what about Timo Werner? Talk about Werner.
Even for us.
What does that mean?
Werner. But bro, Cuckoo's better than Werner.
Just because he did it for Leipzig means shit.
Yeah, in Cuckoo, like I've said, for me, the games that I've seen, certain games that I've seen this season, bro, the guy scored 3 goals in 2 starts. Yeah, or something like that, right? Again, Lavia for me, top player. This guy played the most minutes for any under 20 last season, right? Everyone was.
Listen, come on, man. Don't go through the whole squad, man. No.
I'm telling you, you're telling me that these guys are crap. I'm telling you what my take is, isn't it?
Good. I don't listen. I'm giving you my take. You take my take, yeah, because we've heard it all. What I'm saying to you, you can sit there and talk about all of the freaking CVs of all the players that you have in your team, right? Your club right now. You can tell me what they've done for Leipzig and Brighton, and it doesn't matter because what we have not seen is these players in one team for Chelsea have an excellent season, challenge for the league. So you can theorize and say, but you ain't proved nothing. So to sit there and say
with that logic, then, Lawless, that means we can never speak about any signings and talk about what they can do for the team. That means that.
Yeah, but then we're talking about one player slotting in.
In the summer, when Arsenal signed Declan Rice, that means that no one could say anything about him and saying how he could elevate. Because we've never seen him play for Arsenal. We've never seen him play for Arsenal. Only seen him play for West Ham. That's the same.
But it was still, but it wasn't a guarantee, was it? It wasn't a guarantee. Yeah, maybe you could say, okay, we're improving on this position. We could get better. But what I'm saying is, you're saying that your team, if you keep your players fit, are the difference between scraping 6th and challenging for a league title. 6th and 1st, it looks fairly close. That challenging and scraping 6th, that's a massive gap. And what you're saying is, if we had our players fit, because this guy was good at Brighton, this guy was good at Leipzig.
Lawless, this is the thing though. We've spoken about it. Even you've said it this season, yeah? Our problem has been against the smaller teams, bro, not the bigger teams this season, yeah? the smaller teams that sit back and struggle to where we struggle to break down low blocks. Where Poch tactically now he's looking at it and thinking, yo, how can I score against these man? Against the big sides this season, we've done well. We've competed against the big sides. Cool, United beat us away again because of how this guy set us up. Yeah, we lost to Arsenal the other week 5-0. Cool, fair enough. But again, I could speak about the Bridge, how we played well over there. So when it comes to these big sides, we have given them a game. Most of them, yeah. We haven't beaten any of them apart from Spurs, but we've given them all a game, right? It's the smaller teams. The smaller teams. It's the smaller teams. So what I'm saying to you is, if we've got these players, like I've said, if we've got these players that I'm talking about against the smaller sides and against the bigger sides, there's more games we get over the line with a better manager, bro, in my opinion. That's how I look at it. Yeah, you might look at it a little bit differently, but that's how I look at it. I know that we've got some money in this shot.
You're sitting there talking about next, and no manager will ever succeed.
We'll see.
They have to listen,
I don't know. I don't think guys will stay fit. That's why I'm saying for you, next season, I think we'll get top 4 if we make the right signings, yeah? But I'm just saying, to go that step above challenging for top 4, we need to keep guys fit. Same way Arsenal need to keep guys fit next season to go again. If they have Saliba injured, Saka injured, all these men injured, they won't challenge.
It's part of football, man. It's part of football. Like, you got to deal with it. But all I'm saying is, it doesn't matter because the new manager, whoever it is going to have to hit the ground running, or your fans are going to turn quicker than milk. Yeah, honestly, like that's how your fans are, and no manager will ever come in and build a long-term, exciting project. So don't sit there and look at young managers like Zerbi and see what they can build. You need a manager that's going to come in and start winning games from the off, because your fans have no patience, and this is why you ain't going nowhere. But we'll see.
Let's leave it there. Listen, apparently Vincent Kompany is close to being the Bayern Munich manager. That is the breaking news.
He plays good football. You just couldn't do it with that team. Yeah.
Well, listen, that's the news I'm hearing right now. It's mad. That's what the market is, man. Company's the best at Bayern Munich. McKenna's the best for Chelsea. What am I hearing? Let's just quickly, as we leave, let's quickly go around do a round robin very, very quickly on what you expect for the summer and your kind of season, where your expectations are. I expect a good summer. I expect to be challenging again. I expect a trophy from Mikel Arteta. And if that does not happen, I honestly would sack him at the end of next season if he is trophyless, and I would bring in Carlo Ancelotti when he leaves Real Madrid. That is what I would do at Arsenal. People might think that's harsh. People might think that's madness after what we've just seen, but I can't sit there for 5 years without a trophy. That's just not what I would be willing to accept.
Cool, that's the time that you're in school for. You know that 5 years. You know, you're 70, 11, bro.
Yeah. And like, do you know what? I was with Lee earlier. Lee Gunner made a good point, and I know people don't like what Lee Gunner says, but actually some of the stuff he does say is factual. And this is half, or would be over half of the time that Wenger had of the 9-year drought, and Arteta would have swallowed up another half of that. So I'm not sitting there slating the manager. I think he's done really good things, but I need to see trophies, man. And if he can't get us across the line next season, I would bring in Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid, who would come to Arsenal because, well, for one, he went to Napoli and Everton, and two, the squad's there, man. What will I think will happen? Arteta will stay for another 3 or 4 years, 100%. He's not going to go anywhere, man. He's not going.
He's not winning anything in that time,
though. Fed up.
Well, if he doesn't, I will be fed up. Let me tell you that.
You know what? He looked at the list. Yeah, he was like, you know what? Actually, fuck it. I think I'll rather keep Mikel.
I love Mikel over bloody, what's his name? Maresca and Kenner and like, yeah, man. That's me. Lawless, come on, man. Lopetegui and West Ham.
Listen, new manager, new era. Unlike Don and the Chelsea fans, first season, a manager always gets some time and patience to, you know what I mean, implement some of these ideas, work out the squad. So, look, as long as the first season, we're not in a disaster, we're looking like we're in relegation battles, this, that, and the other. Boring, stable season, mid-table, I take that. Play better football. I think it's a myth that he plays the same football as Moyes. That's really not true. Whether it's all-out attack and amazing football, I'm not debating that. But it's more possession-based football. So I want to see an improvement on the style of play, and I want to see youngsters coming through. If I see that, then yeah, that's a first season that we can build on. I'm not looking for it having to come in now like Chelsea and click now. Like, you have to come in our first 5 games, we need to be smacking teams. No. And listen, Stuyton's doing his bit in the transfer window. He's going to go out and identify the players. Head coach Lopetegui is going to coach them, right? So I'm looking us to get our business done early, which is what I'm hearing. We're just in for the Brazilian striker from Flamengo, Fabrizio Bruno, 28 years old, a bit older than I would like, but we're getting our business done early.
Yeah.
Well, it's Brazilian, isn't it? It's Brazil. He's good, isn't it?
That doesn't guarantee nothing, mate. But go on.
But listen, it's like we're doing that FIFA thing. We're trying to get all the Brazilians in so we can get that connection. You know, what I mean, the chemistry numbers up. So yeah, man, get business done early and attack the season, and maybe try and compete. If we can compete for Europe first season, that's amazing. But listen, I'm Mr.
Top 10 ideally, at least.
Yeah, top 10. Listen. If he finishes 12th, I'm not going to call for his head. Do you know what I mean? First season, I'm going to accept like this is part of the project. Second season, boom, that's a whole nother story. So we'll see.
That's noble.
Fair play, man. Deji, come on, man. Ange, Ball, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a major clear out coming at Spurs. We're getting rid of a lot of dead wood. And so I'm looking forward to the players that we're going to be bringing in. And Postecoglou's already mentioned that we've already identified the players that is needed. And so hopefully we get that over the line. In relation to finishing, at the moment, I'm still very much in progress over success, meaning that I would take a third place finish as a decent season. Third, anything above fifth would be positive and means that we're heading in the right direction. If we don't finish third, then I would take fourth with a Carabao Cup. Now, you guys know I wouldn't be shaking my bum for a Carabao, but I mean, it is a trophy, and top four would be a step in the right direction. We're going to get wingers. He's already come out to say today we're going to be beefing up our attack, and I think that's where Spurs are at their weakest. And the other thing is, I think it finally clicks. This season was all about getting our style of play embedded. If you watch the Man City game, we were trying to play instinctive football. If Tottenham players can be a bit more instinctive in their play, burn less energy, I think it could be frightening. For me, I can see Tottenham being the closest rivals to Man City in the next couple of years. Not necessarily next season. We've got to allow for the food to keep cooking. But after that, season 4, season 5, I think Tottenham would be right up there. So I think it's positive. It's the only way is up. Just quickly, Dan, before Don comes in with his rubbish.
I've already said my part.
Oh, you said your bit. All right. I actually think this is it for Arsenal. I think I said it to you last week. I don't know if they'll be able to get it up simply because I think you burnt all your energy, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Massive.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I just think you've had two seasons of drainage football. You've done your very best. Let's all clap for Arsenal. They've done their best, and your best weren't quite good enough. I don't know how you are able to pick the players up from this point, unless you're gonna get rid of 4 or 5 players and bring in 4 or 5 new players, which is highly unlikely. I think Arsenal's done now, and I'm preparing to see all the people on the violin on the Titanic starting to play songs as you go down very, very slow.
Didn't everybody say this last year?
Well, no. What we said was last season.
They were wrong.
No. We never said that. We said last season was your best chance. We was right. We said last season was your best chance to win the league, and you fucked it. And guess what? We were right.
And we got closer this year. What are you talking about?
Even this year, they should have done it as well. City
but you didn't get close to Poch because you had a massive lead. You was in control. This season, you wasn't in control. You wasn't in the driving seat. You had like a short window.
What are you bringing on the year before? What are you bringing on the year? What are you bringing up the year before?
What I'm saying is, you said we said this last year. What I'm saying to you is,
you told me that we would struggle because of Champions League, and we went right the way to the last game of the season. You were wrong.
Okay, yes, you did better because you was basically in the Europa League of the Champions League, right? You had the Europa League run in the Champions League. As soon as you hit Champions League competition, what happened? So you didn't sit there. You were sitting there, being able to rotate, do all sorts of things. Because
what happened was we went to a title in the last game of the season. You said we'd be top 4. You put us below Spurs.
You was in the top
Put us
4. Did
below
you finish top
Liverpool.
4 or not? Was you in
You
the
put
top
us
4?
fourth place, bro. Fourth place.
Whoa,
Liverpool and
whoa, whoa.
Spurs will finish above you. That's what you
Okay,
told
yeah.
me.
You
You were
exceeded
wrong.
my expectations. You still didn't win fuck all at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, you
But
didn't
all I'm-
say that though at the start of the season, did you? You
But
said,
what
"Oh,
I
you'll
said
struggle.
was,
You'll
last
just
season
creep
was
in the
your
top
best
4."
I said last season was your best chance to win the Premier
Us?
League because you was like what 10 points clear, 8 points clear,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And you
no, I
fucked it
agree
up.
with that. That's not my question though. You're bringing up another question here.
I
never
just
said
don't
we
see.
dealt with
I
our
don't see
stuff.
Arsenal doing it, and I tell you why I think Arsenal's done for. You had the best. I mean, it's pretty Spursy when you look at it. Yeah, you've scored the most goals, conceded the least amount of goals, and you still didn't bloody win. And that Man City team, let's just be honest, they were pretty dusty this year. Out of the last 4 seasons,
No, they
that
wasn't.
they've won-
No,
No,
they
this is
wasn't.
out of the last 4 seasons that Man City won the Prem. This has been their worst performance. True or false? This has been their
91
worst.
points.
This has been their worst performance.
91 points is dusty.
No,
Wow. Bloody hell.
no, but that is the standards that City set. That this is the
Of
weakest
course it is.
of their title-winning run. So for me, Arsenal
We've
couldn't
got to get above 90
capitalize.
points next season, 100%.
You couldn't
We'll be up there again,
capitalize
man.
when Man City were dusty, and now Man City are going to kick on. I just don't know how Arteta motivates the boys to get it up.
Well, listen, if he can't, then
Big pause, man.
you know what I would do? We go next season, Arteta's in charge, and we go again. We have to add quality. We need a number 9. We need a left 8. We need Saka cover. We need Saliba cover. We know this. If we get that in the summer, we get the likes of Reece Nelson, Eddie,
you're gonna have injuries,
Vieira upgraded on. I think we can go again. Do I think we'll win the league? No. I have to see the window first, but no, I think Man City will keep going because they have not proved no evidence to me that they're going to slip up. But for me, if we don't win the league, we have to challenge and win a trophy. And that keeps our
What if Chelsea win it? Then you're fucking in the mud because next season, if they keep their players fit, mate, you are banging trouble. You are banging trouble.
Well, listen, I think all of us, I think Lawless, you should be expecting to push for Europe. That's what I think. I think Don, I think European football again for Chelsea is about right because I have no idea what the hell manager you're going to have. I actually think Spurs should be trying to push for like as close to Man City and Arsenal as they can.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking when I say that.
I agree.
Because I feel although Postecoglou might not change his ways, if that carries on, then it could be problems for Spurs. But I actually think if they have a good window, they could do well. I don't think they're going to title challenge, but I think they'll get top 4. And I think they should go. They should be aiming for next best after Man City, Arsenal, like ahead of Liverpool, ahead of Villa, ahead of all. That's what Tottenham should be doing.
First, they need to get Ange to wind his neck in pots and stop like fucking talking big to the fans. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah, man. What was all that about, man? Jeez, he's not happy.
You're gonna talk about egos. You're gonna talk about egos, bro. Your manager's got the biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah, he don't like Tottenham fans, does he, Ange? Wow.
Nah. He's like, damn.
Say that again, man.
Yeah, but he's a lad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's saying, look at the bigger picture. We don't give a damn about what Arsenal do, and just focus on yourselves. We want to be where Arsenal was this season. We want to be challenging. We want to be pushing City to the last day of the season. Don't be trying to get involved in stuff that don't matter. That stuff didn't matter. That's why. So I'm Ange all over it. He thinks like a winner. And that's the sort of mentality that we need at our club. Don't be getting too caught up in what your neighbours are doing. Focus on yourself. Do your job. Do you get me? If Arsenal had done their job against Villa, they would have won the league this season. So focus.
Listen, I agree with that. I agree. If we would
and West Ham, if they'd beat West Ham at home this season, they would have won the league.
To be fair,
like if they would have beat West Ham away last season, Poch. Remember when you come to London Stadium and Saka missed a pen?
That wouldn't have done anything. We needed to win more than one game last season.
That was a tie.
This season it was one game, man. This season it was one game, and that for me, you could look at one of Fulham away or at home, West Ham at home, and Villa at home because it was in our hands. Villa one pissed me off because it was in our hands, and I knew Man City would win the rest of their games. And that was it. I weren't caring about Tottenham. I knew they were dusty and they're going to get hammered. I knew you boys would get hammered. It was obvious to me. So it was like, I don't care. We did our own legs by losing to Villa, so that's the way I see it, man.
Yeah,
but yeah. Next season we go again. I disagree with Deji. I think we'll be up there. Do I think we'll win the league? Not sure. Not at the moment. Need to see the window. Chelsea, I have no idea. Some of the people you're linked with, Don. Oh my God, man, Jesus.
Yeah,
So,
man,
we'll
we'll talk. Oh, depending on who we get, I might have a different take, but we'll see in it.
I'm hoping, Dan, that you're gonna keep this panel going, because I can't foresee me and Don being on any other stream together next season, because that's how low I think Chelsea would be. But on this channel, it doesn't really matter, because it's about being from London, so it's all right. But I don't think I've seen Don on any other channel all season, because we're not in the same conversation.
These Spurs fans are so shameless, yeah, because, bro, we've just been in our little corner, just minding our own, just trying to deal with our problems, yeah, and you lot just keep trying to talk about us. Bro, you're 14 points ahead of us. We ended up being only 3 points behind you, right? We beat you both games this season, and you let Action Jackson score 4 goals against you. Yeah? That's what happened this season. And you've still got the
now you're sounding like...
And you still finished below us.
Yeah,
and you still finished below us.
Bro. So shameless.
You're sounding like D here.
All of you.
Oh, but we beat you. Oh, it don't matter what you do. It don't matter you finish with us.
You can't be talking like D. You can't be talking like Deji. And when we beat you both times as well.
But wait, Potts, did you check the odds on Moyes to Chelsea? By the way, I want to see what them odds are.
No, I didn't actually. That would be
just know next season, Don, Chelsea better hit the ground running, because our feet are going to be on your neck. Yeah, we are going to be on your case all season. You must, because damn, like the way you've been talking, boy. Next season,
I'm saying, Lawless, yeah. And listen, you better pray that
guy's going to be number one on this.
Don't even, bro. It's not good to wish injury on people, but I'm telling you, for your own sake, for your own sake.
He's 5-1. He's 5-1 to join.
5-1. Moyes is 5.
That's funny.
Yes, please.
You think Moyes is all control and possession? No way, bro. Potts is I don't know. He probably saw something in Dejiland. Saw something from Dejiland just then, bro.
Gambling.com. Gambling.com has got David Moyes' next
that
club.
Would be jokes. If you guys get Moyes, I will laugh the hardest.
That type of news there, you only find in Deji.
But you know what? He might do a job there, you know.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Another spy job, bro. Another spy job.
Man. Mate, Moyes, apparently Celtic and Sunderland, and then it's Chelsea 5-1.
They've got ex-Spurs manager, now the ex-West Ham manager. Let's do it. Let's go around the London.
Brian says
eventually get Glasner. You got to go Moyes, and then you get to Glasner. Maybe, you know. So
Brian says the discourse around Arteta is wild. People think he's either Jesus Christ or he's terrible. I think he's good, but he has to start winning trophies. Facts. Big up to Brian for Super Chat, man. Listen, we're going to leave it there. Big up to Lawless. Big up to Deji, and big up to Don. Obviously, big up to D as well. Gunali couldn't be with us tonight. He's out and about. But listen, it's been an absolute pleasure doing this with you guys, man. And we'll definitely catch up over the summer break. It might not be as regular as this. It will be from the new season, but there'll definitely be some switching and changing around for the plans that I've got during the summer break and for the Euros and content for stuff like that. But this panel is staying, so please don't worry. People, it is going to be back and it'll be bigger next season. I promise you. Do me a favor and make sure you follow all of these guys, man. The links to the channels in the description, so make sure you do follow them. All of them have got putting out content now regularly and it's class. So make sure you follow all of them on their socials and on their YouTube channels as well. We're going to get out of here, people. We'll see you next time. Take it easy. Not be Arsenal. Laters.